Welcome back. This is an Aleks teaching video on interconverting calories and joules. So the unit of energy that we use in science is called the joule. Okay, so put up here, the joule is the unit of energy used in chemistry. Problem is that there's another discipline that uses a different one that often will be interchanged, and that's nutrition. Nutrition uses a calorie. Okay, so calorie in nutrition, and it's defined. Okay, so it's defined to be amount of energy to convert 1 gram of water 1 degree Celsius. Okay, so it's still in the metric system somewhat. It's based in the metric system, but calorie, you'll hear calories in terms of like food calories. Food calories are actually kilocalories. A kilocalorie is equal a capital C calorie, and it's called a food calorie. So your candy bar has food calories on it. Calories. So what we're doing here is we're converting between calories, which is amount of heat it takes to raise a gram of water. So it's essentially a specific heat of like water. How much energy does it take to raise water 1 gram? Or food calories, which is kilocalories. And see, this is all food, so that's why kilocalories. And joules or kilojoules. Kilojoules probably being more useful because it's this would be a lot of joules. All right, so I need a couple definitions. Actually, just one. I'll write it here. 1 calorie is defined. So this is not significant figures. Defined to be 4.184 joules. Exactly 4.184 joules is 1 calorie. So we're going to use that as the conversion factor for all of this. All right, so we have 3 of these to do. The first one is calories to kilocalories. Okay, calories to kilocalories. So let's start here. We've got 2.25 times 10 to the 5 calories. There are, kilo means 1,000. There are 10 to the 3 calories in a kilocalorie. Okay, so 3 of these will cancel with 3 of these, leaving you 2 of these. Most of the time, then, you would simply just make it 225. Okay, so you don't have lots of scientific notation if it's just very small numbers. So this is going to be 225 period. Okay, 225 dot. All right. Now we need to go from kilocalories to kilojoules. All right, so we have 200 and kilojoules. Remember, joules will go from calories. So I'm going to go back here to 2.25 times 10 to the 5th calories. And we'll remember that in 1 calorie, there's exactly 4.184 joules. Calories will cancel. Okay, and now I'm wanting not to go to joules but kilojoules, so let's just go ahead and do that. There are 10 to the 3rd, or 1,000 joules in a kilojoules. Okay, so this is joules. So joules will cancel, and my answer will be in kilojoules. So I want 2.25 times 4.184 divided by 10 to the third. All right, so I'm going to have to round. All of these are in 3 significant figures here, so I need to round that up. So I'm going to round to 3 significant figures, and I get 941 kilojoules. All right. Okay, second one. I have 145 kilocalories. In 1 kilocalorie, there are 1,000 calories. Okay. That means that this is 145 times 10 to the third, but I need it to be just 1 digit, so this would be 1. I mean, you could put this in a calculator, it would tell you, but scientific notation is after 1 digit, so I need, this is 10 to the third, 10 to the fourth, 10 to the fifth, so it's 1.45 times 10 to the fifth calories. Okay. So now, after this, I can just use this and keep going. In 1 calorie, there's 4.184 joules. Calories will cancel. And then there's 10 to the third joules in a kilojoule. Joules now cancel. All right, so I've got 145 times 1,000 times 4.184 equals divided by 1,000. Okay, I've got 606.68, and I need 3 significant digits, so this is going to be 607. Okay. So that's how many kilojoules a corn muffin will give you. A cup of cooked rice, 941. I'd rather have the rice. 3 ounces of cooked sirloin steak. There you go. It's going to give you, here's in joules now, I have to go backwards. Okay, so here's the last one. I've got 1.00 times 10 to the third kilojoules. Remember, to go to calories, I'm going to have to go into joules, so I need to cancel kilo. So in 1 kilojoule, there's 10 to the third joules. Kilocalories are canceled. Now I'm in joules. I remember that there are 4.184 joules in the calorie. Okay, joules cancel. I'm now in calories, and that's where I want to be here. So let's do that. 1 times 10 to the third times 1,000 equals divided by 4.184. I'm going to express that in scientific notation. I want 3 significant figures. So that's going to be 2.39 times 10 to the fifth. Okay, so I write that down, 2.39 times 10 to the fifth, and that's in calories. And I get rid of calories and go to kilocalories. There are 1,000 kilocalories. So I could just take that number and divide by 1,000. And I've got 2.39 times 10 to the 2. Most of the time you would not do that. It's just too close. 239 is not a huge number. You can write down 239. So it's just 2 digits past the 2. I think that's normally. That's what you would do normally. 239. You only use scientific notation when it's very, very big or very, very little. Okay? Not bad. Not a terrible lesson today. I think you can do this. It's just a little bit of algebra. Even though algebra is scary.